Your son's not here, and my lackeys are just trying to get you to give up your daughter. They tricked you. Now where's your daughter? My eyes are filled with despair, and I've really given up this time. Meanwhile, his house is buzzing with prayer for a miracle as his wife anxiously awaits news. They await a mysterious tree hugger. Is Shanbei home? Wenji uses finding his daughter as an excuse. He tries to dig for information from my wife. Can't call. What's up with him? He bit off his tongue during a fight when he was younger, and he even managed to call me afterward. After taking my phone, CEO Cheng heard that familiar voice. Is this Sheng Baoming? Can you hear me? Where's my daughter? CEO Chang hung up the call without showing any emotion. He texted Zhu Wenji to meet tomorrow in the back mountain since Zhu knows him a mute and had no suspicions. As my wife vented her search frustrations, he left hurriedly, initial enthusiasm gone. In his eyes, we were just tools. We were just tools for finding his daughter, and without any gain, of course, he wouldn't waste any more time with my wife. The next day, CEO Chang tagged me. He planned to trade me for something that could cost his life. I struggled desperately and luckily felt something sharp in the corner. I hid it in my palm, ready to cut the rope binding my legs and make my escape. CEO Cheng didn't notice my little move, and the moment he parked and opened the trunk, I took him by surprise and kicked him, then followed it up with another kick to his spine. I frantically ran into the deep mountains, stumbling right into Zhu Wenji. I was just about to take him to go find his daughter when CEO Chang showed up, blocking our way with a bow and arrow. I have no idea what you're after, but I hope it's not evidence. What evidence? You're a lawyer. You should know what counts as evidence. Zhu Wenji looked completely lost. Ever since the beginning, had been hearing CEO Chang say evidence, but he had no clue what the evidence was. Just then, he glanced at me blankly, as if he finally caught on to something crucial. His son was gone, and I knew it too. I couldn't decipher their conversation, my heart only filled with resentment for CEO Chang's deception. It was my neglect of these few words that ultimately kept me from finding my son. Don't move, hold him. Don't move, are you trying to kill him? Notice that here, Zhu Wenji is referring to the child. This indicates CEO Chang has taken someone out before. Suddenly, the sound of police sirens blared from down the mountain. I seized the moment of CEO Chang's panic, picked up a stick, and threw it. He instinctively loosened his bowstring, and his arrow just grazed my shoulder. Meanwhile, the little girl in the cave woke up, drawn by the deeper darkness inside. It felt like there were eyes staring at her from that darkness, and soft footsteps echoed, getting clearer and clearer. She finally saw it was a little boy, my long-lost son I had been searching for. Chen Lei, the little guy, untied the girl and pulled her to the highest peak while I fought CEO Chang. This time, Zhu Wenji chose to sit back and watch as CEO Chang fought mercilessly, bearing his past facade. I figured it was because I knew about the evidence. This time he tried to kill me to silence me, choking my neck nearly to death. I thrust the arrowhead ID found in his thigh, causing him to lose his fighting spirit. But I didn't want to kill him. At Zhu Wenji's urging, we raced toward the cave, with the director using a montage of us rushing through. The footage alternated with Lei leading the girl, conveying a sense of urgency, indicating that the girl's condition was critical, and after Chang pulled the sharp object from his leg, he realized it was the arrowhead he had lost. He confirmed it multiple times, his eyes widening in disbelief, filled with embarrassment, surprise, and panic. He even felt robust joy. Seizing the moment, he buried the arrowhead underground unseen. Meanwhile, I finally brought Zhu Wenji near the cave, but the familiar surroundings triggered his fears. The closer he approached the cave, the slower his steps became, his face full of fear, lacking urgency to find his daughter. After I pointed to it, Zhu Wenji's legs gave way, nearly causing him to fall. The darkness of the cave seemed inhabited by a terrifying creature. He instinctively looked at me, but the pain in my shoulder distracted me from noticing his distress. Love triumphed over fear. Zhu Wenji rushed into the cave, grabbing his barely breathing daughter and also. He carried the girl to the mountain top, facing a smoke-covered industrial city just over the hillside. It was two entirely different worlds. Zhu Wenji screamed his daughter's name, and at the mountain top, she seemed to hear him calling. He turned, looked at her father below. I too felt responsible for her death. It was me who brought her to the cave. Just as I felt guilty, Zhu Wenji's daughter suddenly opened her eyes a bit. She, feeling responsible, didn't dare look me in the eyes but glanced at the cave with a guilty conscience. But in the end, her daughter survived, while my son remained lost, which I couldn't fathom. CEO Chang nearly killed her daughter, yet they were so calm as if plotting something. I wrote the bloodstained missing person notice in a daze, unaware it was the closest I'd get to finding my son. CEO Chang and Xu Wenji openly confessed to the illegal As the police asked if they had anything more to confess, Xu Wenji stayed silent for a long time, recalling those secrets I'd prefer to forget.